Greetings and welcome to the NewsRamp Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Max Newsman, delighted to have you with us as we explore today's top stories. At newsramp.com, we curate business news from the best newswires, bringing you the most relevant updates. Before we dive in, just a quick heads up. While AI assists in producing this podcast and generating the voices, the news stories are all real. You can read the full articles on newsramp.com. Today is Monday evening, August 18th, 2025, and we have a great mix of real estate headlines lined up for you. So whether you're on the go, working out, or just relaxing, stay with us as we get started. Here's our first headline.
DAMAC International unveils elite sales team behind the Delmore, the ultra-luxe sky mansions defining Miami's billionaires' triangle. DAMAC International has revealed the elite sales team behind the Delmore, the ultra-luxe sky mansions in Miami's billionaires' triangle. Douglas Elliman has appointed top producer Tara West as director of sales, with Eric Schneider and Fareed Musallam on site. Ryan and Max Farbstein are named ambassadors for global buyer engagement. Construction milestones have been reached, with over $25 million invested. The Delmore offers 37 full and half-floor residences, starting at $15 million, with penthouses beginning at 10,000 square feet. The project features a 4,500 square foot sales gallery and over 55,000 square feet of amenities, including a sky-high pool and Michelin-caliber restaurant. Completion is set for 2029. For more information, visit thedelmore.com.
More hints at coming effort to spur affordable housing construction. Maryland Governor Wes Moore is gearing up to tackle the issue of affordable housing by spurring new construction projects. Speaking at the Maryland Association of Counties Summer Conference, Moore emphasized the need to accelerate efforts in this area. With half of Maryland renters paying over 30% of their income towards housing, Moore highlighted the urgency of the situation. He plans to streamline state permitting, utilize public land for housing, and establish statewide housing goals. Despite facing opposition in the past, Moore is determined to make housing more affordable and accessible, benefiting both residents and the state's economy. SRS Real Estate Partners announces $935 million sale of a newly developed KinderCare property in Broomfield, CO. SRS Real Estate Partners recently completed the $9.35 million sale of a newly developed KinderCare property in Broomfield, Colorado. The property, located at 1101 Spring Place, spans nearly 12,000 square feet on 1.2 acres with a 15-year corporate guaranteed triple net lease. The seller, a Denver-based private developer, was represented by SRS Capital Markets Vice President Ryan Tompkins. The buyer, a Kansas City-based private investor, was in a 1031 exchange. KinderCare, headquartered in Portland, Oregon, is the nation's largest private provider of childcare with over 2,400 locations in 40 states. Broomfield, one of the fastest-growing cities in the U.S., is approximately 18 miles north of Denver. SRS Capital Markets has completed over $1.2 billion in deal volume this year, with more than 350 transactions nationwide. For more information, visit srsre.com.
SRS Real Estate Partners announces $5.62 million sale of Beachwalk Shoppes in Jacksonville FL submarket. SRS Real Estate Partners has completed the $5.62 million sale of Beachwalk Shoppes, a multi-tenant retail strip center in St. John's FL. The fully occupied property includes tenants like Bagels R Us and Fancy Sushi. The seller was a national development and investment firm, while the buyer was an Atlanta-based private investor in a 1031 exchange. The closing cap rate was 6.4%. Situated on 1.42 acres, the property is part of a larger retail development under construction with national brands like Panda Express and Chipotle. St. Johns County is expected to grow 9.51% from 2023 to 2028, making it a promising retail investment location. SRS Capital Markets has completed over $1.2 billion in deal volume this year, with more than 350 transactions nationwide.
Thank you for joining us today. That's it for this episode of the NewsRamp Real Estate Podcast. As a reminder, NewsRamp curates news from leading newswires like Newsworthy.ai, 24-7pressrelease.com, NewsDirect.com, and BlockchainWire.io. We encourage you to visit newsramp.com to read all of today's news.